There are many of you that are watching us right now that will never put your face out in public and create content. But you know what? Thank God you have the privilege that your parents didn't do it for you from when you were a little child. And you grew up with the publicity that you never wanted or you never planned for, that you never consented to. Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Sama. So in this video I want to talk about why Justin and Korra should stop posting their children on social media. You know, and as always, I'm going to be sharing my opinion in this video. Your opinions, you're free to leave them in the comment section below. For anyone that does not know, there's a Caucasian American that's married to a Nigerian lady, and not too long ago their drama went all over social media, and the husband came out publicly to say a lot of stuff about his wife, and all of that went on, and the thing made a lot of news on the social media news, and some Nigerian news outlets also covered the story, and you know, all of that. Since then, a lot of Nigerians got to know about them, and they are still being typically on Facebook. There's just so much going on, because what ended up happening, for anyone that does not anyways, so Justin himself, from the beginning, those of you that don't know the story know, he came out and said, I'm divorcing my wife, right? And then he didn't stop at that. He started saying she's a narcissist. He said she was unfaithful, she was doing some, she was, what else did she do? He said that even the baby she just had, he's not even sure that is his, that she was unfaithful throughout the marriage. After a while, he came back and said, no, she was not unfaithful throughout the marriage. She was unfaithful at the beginning of the marriage. Then the wife came out and said, she said she was unfaithful, she said, but it was before their marriage. And apparently the man was in America and she was in Nigeria. While she was there, she had an affair, and she said he didn't even know. It was eventually when she came to America that she told him. That's what she said. She told him, and she confessed and said, oh, I want to start a clean slate. I just want to let you know that if she had not told him, he would not have known. And he said he had forgiven her, but he ended up being that she was not forgiven. Okay. And like I said, the man said throughout the marriage, saying that he was not even sure if that baby is his, that she was doing this song, she was doing blah blah blah. And then later on he came out and said that no, it was only at the beginning of the marriage, which then corresponds with what the wife said. Fortunately, their story that made them known by a lot of people is not a beautiful story. So at this moment, there are two camps, sorry. There are people that are fans of the woman, some people that are fans of the man, and they are always bickering. Okay, it's like the fans have taken over the fight. Let's put it like that. Actually, you know, the fans are the ones typically attacking each other. When I check out some of their videos, and I'll see that is the fans are always speaking against this one, speaking in the comment section. And the area that I really want to address is the fact that these are two grown adults. They can do whatever they like. They chose to be on social media or whatever comes out of the whole situation. They are adults that can deal with their lives, because they are the ones that put it out there. Well, the man is the one that brought it out, but whatever. But those children, they did not play any part. They have their lives to live. And let me say this, there are a lot of child actors and actresses out there, right? But when children are actors or actresses, they play their role, they go home, and they have their normal life that their families don't put public. It is their private lives. And their acting life is different because it's not their real life. But these children's real lives are being showed on social media without their consent. They are not old enough to consent. There are a lot of families that show their children on social media. There are a lot of them. But you know why this is different? Is that the publicity that the parents have is such a toxic one that I don't know if it's something these children will grow up and be proud to be part of. But nobody is seeking their consent to expose them to this whole toxic environment. Their own publicity is a very toxic one. It's a negative one. It's not a positive one. So for children to be under this umbrella of this toxicity, I feel like they shouldn't be. Because now, there was a comment I saw. I don't know if I screenshot it. If I did, I'll put it on the screen. Somebody left a comment and said to the man, under the man's video, and said, how are you still carrying this child, this ugly child or something like that, this child is not you or so. There was a way the person phrased that comment. A little few-month-old baby is already being insulted because of what the father did. He was the one that came out and said that mother was unfaithful, that he's not even sure that that child is his. And there was the text message that was going around of the alleged Brazilian girlfriend that she's allegedly showed a text conversation of between them, and the man was telling her I think the man found out from that conversation, it's like the man told her that his wife was pregnant. And she was angry because she said, you told me you're not having any more babies. And apparently, according to her, it seems that she was saying that the guy said he was going to be married to her. So she was disappointed and said, oh, I trusted you or something like that. And he said to the lady, accident, as in the baby was an accident, right? You know. So now, this is a child that is going to grow up with all this and be seen as that child the father called an accident. And let's be honest here. That's why I say that they should keep the children out of this whole thing so that they can have their own lives to live. They don't need to be in this public eye. When they grow up, if they choose then to be social media people, let it be a choice they've made. Not that their parents are the ones that put them out there. Unfortunately, their popularity is not a positive one. It's such a toxic, negative, drama-filled publicity that these children are not getting to choose if they want to be part of this. You see comments of people saying negative things about their oldest daughter. Oh, she doesn't listen. She's this, she's that. So I put, oh, I think I see comment where somebody was saying something like, that girl must be autistic. That girl must be this. There's so much negativity coming towards these babies that they didn't sign up for it. But I believe that these parents really love their children. They should keep them out of this mess. I see it as messy. Because people don't think about the fact that mental health is such a fragile thing. There are a lot of children, child actors, actresses that have grown up and gave up in life, if you know what I mean. Jump off a building because of toxicity or whatever. They didn't like the publicity. Not to talk of these ones that their environment is already not conducive to be exposing children. So you may be like, you may think you're giving them a fame, but unfortunately this fame is not coming from a good side of social media. It's coming with so much toxicity that these children, if they love their children, they can make that choice to say, you know what, this is okay. Before I forget, I have a channel, and I remember that I used to share my own family here on my platform. But I saw it, that no, this is actually my choice to be out here. My family didn't choose to be out here. And what did I do? I kept my family away, completely away. So that if they grow up and say they want to have a YouTube channel, let it be a choice they made. I don't need to be the one that will expose them to being on social media like this. No, they can make that choice themselves. I made the choice to be here. My father and my mother didn't make it for me. Whatever I see here, I will take it. As I see them, I will take them. Because I am the one that put myself out here. But for parents, I keep saying it. There are a lot of many parents that share their children, whatever. But this one is a very toxic environment. Something else I want to say is that this man, recently, he said in a video, because people have been saying to him, why are you using your children for money? Why are you using your children for view? Why are you using your children for... And then, you see one thing, I tell people that the truth is constant. You know, they shake up and down. You see this man that came out and said the man was unfaithful. Later he changed it again and changed it again. For me, even in the court of law, if you change your story too much, you become unreliable witness. That's what they call him. That's what it's called. He initially, there was one video, that's one thing they forget. Once you put it out, you can't take it back. There was one video, another video I already filmed, but I don't know which I'm going to upload first, which I address some of these things, right? There was one video in which he said, yeah, whatever he was saying, he said, yes, this video I'm making right now, I'm going to get 3,000 out of it. I'm going to use it to pay for lawyers because he was fighting with his ex-wife. There was another time which he made a video in which he was talking about how much he made, and he said he made 27,000 in a month and all of that. I think he said that is even about the same as he makes as a chiropractor. He's a chiropractor, right? Okay, and all of that. He made it there and say, yeah, you know, he's talking about all of these things. This is the man that said was making a video to make money to afford a lawyer to fight his ex-wife. Recently, because people have been coming and said, don't post these children, don't post them. He now said, this video I'm making, he said he's putting some amount of money aside for the children every month or whatever way he said it. He said by the time they are 18, they're already millionaires. And I thought to myself, I thought he said he's making videos so he can make money to fight his ex-wife. So he has changed it now that he's saving money for the children because he's been attacked for making videos with these children. You have to see this guy's thumbnails. There are some that you'll be like, what is this? He will just hold the baby like in front of the camera because he knows if he makes video by himself, they don't sell, nobody will watch. But once he carries cute babies, people come and watch because people like to see cute babies. So now if he makes a video, it's either they're always in the background. They want to post them too. But in most of her videos, you see that she's doing something and then she raised a child and did this in the process. No, this guy he set a camera and he put the two children. And the older one does not stay still. The baby can stay still. So he just hold that one like handbag like this. He doesn't put her down because he knows that if he puts her down, the views will drop. So he's putting the baby here as a prop that gives a lot of views. The other girl that does not stay, he's always calling her. Come here. His videos are typically of him with the baby in his arm and calling the other one. Because he needs them here so that he can get a lot of views. So maybe now he wants to make it look like it's not exploitation of his children by now claiming that he's going to be saving it for them until they are 18, they're already millionaires. Something else he forgot. Now that he has said it publicly, when those children grow up, he has to make sure that money is there because you have said it. It is already binding. You're not living in a third world country. That's America. He's already decided that that's what the money he's making is for. If those children grow up and the 12,000 he said he's going to keep aside until they are 18 is not there, those children have the right. Their mother too has the right to take him to court and say he was supposed to be keeping 12,000 for them till they are 18. Where is the money? People should be careful what they say and put on the internet. Okay. He's not saying by the time they are 18, they are already millionaires. To start with, by the time they are 18, the value of that money may not be as you're thinking. That is one. And secondly, money is not everything. If money was everything, the rich would not also cry. Like I said, the environment is too toxic for children to be exposed to. The negativity. A lot of people don't. There's people that don't bring the negativity to children. Unfortunately, some people do. And when these children grow up, they may love their father and mother, but they may not want the world to know that their father is that man that was crying on Facebook. I'm just being honest with you guys. That their mother is that woman that was always a semi half-dressed or whatever you want to call it on Facebook. They may not want to be known for this mess. Why not give them the chance? Have enough respect. Value your children enough to value their privacy. Let them grow up and make that choice whether they want to be coming out and be known like this. I really hope I'm making sense. Have enough. I'm saying it again. I'm not saying what I'm not practicing. I shared a story here once how one of my children was going to, he's in college and was going to school, and he was in the public transport and somebody called his name. When somebody called his name, he was in shock. He was like, he came on talking about it. And it's someone that's watched him on my platform. And I saw how strangers knowing your children is not a good thing. Luckily, it happens to be somebody that knows me in real life, but this person have not seen him for a long time. She wouldn't have recognized him if not for the fact that he was on my channel, right? And I saw it firsthand. It freaked him out that a stranger just called his name. So what about these children that you're putting out there, that strangers know them? So I personally, I am of the opinion of letting children growing up and deciding if they want to be known. There are some people that watch me and say, I like watching, I would love to have a channel, but I don't want my face out there. But you know why they have that privilege of saying they don't want their face out there? Because their parents didn't put them out before they were old enough to make that decision. There are many of you that are watching us right now that will never put your face out in public and create content. But you know what? Thank God you have the privilege and your parents didn't do it for you from when you were a little child. And you grew up with the publicity that you never wanted or you never planned for, that you never consented to. I'm saying it again. This particular couple, their own presence on social media, there's so much toxicity surrounding it. And these children have the right to choose if they want to grow up on that days or not. And a father saying, I'm doing this so I can save money for... What is wrong with getting a normal job and making income and saving for your children when they grow up? That's what other parents do. Other parents go out there, make their own income. And even with their own income, they save for their children for when they grow up. They don't use their children to raise money for their children for when they grow up. They play that role of being the parents, of getting a job, or working towards saving for their children. You know what I mean? This guy says, he made a video in which he was saying he makes $300 per hour, right? And then someone that makes $300 per hour, times it by 8 hours a day, times it by 5 days a week, 4 weeks in a month, and times it by 12 months in the year. And you will see that his income is supposed to, if truly he's making $300 per hour, his income should be so good where he can provide for his children and leave them with an inheritance like every other parent out there. Not this idea of basically getting the children to basically build their own inheritance. Abi, you basically using them according to him. He said this is where he's making money from. What is wrong with a parent going there and doing a job or whatever, or even the video content creation? What is wrong? Is it not better for parents to work hard towards providing for their children, that even when they are 18, you can make enough money to be keeping money aside for your children, that when they are 18, you can still give them good amount of money? If he dedicates his time to actually really create content, even if he says content he wants to create, because I don't understand, because he said he's a chiropractor, although sometimes he spends so much time arguing about whether he's a doctor or not, and I'm like, I can't. I'm being honest. I don't know how many doctors out there have the time to be arguing all the time on social media whether they are doctors or not. I can't imagine my personal family doctor spend time on the internet to be. How many doctors do that? Trying to prove they are a doctor or they are not a doctor. What is the point of that? If all of that time dedicated to working harder on the so-called content creation you're doing by yourself, and do your chiropractor, whatever days you do, whatever you're doing, you should be able to make enough money to provide for his children. The children's privacy, the children's respecting your children, valuing their privacy is more than money. Everything in life is not money. You know, he's called, what's it called? People always leave comments and say, amazing father, amazing. And I find that double standard where a woman can be the best mother in the world. I'm not saying the wife is, because some people say, that's not what I'm saying. But if a man does the tiniest little thing, hey, he's amazing father, amazing father. I always think to myself, like, a father is supposed to look after his children. A mother is supposed to look after her children. So what are the brownie points for? People are supposed to be there for their children. That's what's supposed to be. But anyways, you know, the amazing father that he is, according to where some people call him amazing father should know. Let me actually read this thing to you guys that is on Forbes. Let me show this amazing father, you know, these things. This is Forbes. You can find it. You can see the title there. You can search it yourself. It says, posting about your kids online could damage their future. Listen, and it says parents are already some of the biggest violators of their kids' privacy. You hear that? It says leaving potential harmful digital footprints well before the age of consent. That's what I basically just said. And then it goes on to say a child or teenager's digital footprint now starts from birth, from ultrasound photos to due date announcement, posted to social media. It goes on to say parents are revealing far more information than they realize about their children. It says this technology coupled with parents' behavior is increasingly putting children at risk for identity theft, humiliation. Let me tell you, when this girl grows up and sees the things their father have said about their mother, the humiliation is all over the internet, is everywhere. If they keep their children out of social media, some people may not know that those are actually their parents. At least let them know their lives be joined to their parents' life. Let them have their private life, right? And then it says humiliation, various privacy violation, future discrimination, and causing concern about developmental issues related to autonomy and consent. Okay, a 2010 study showed that in the US, more than 90% of 2-year-olds and 80% of babies already had their online presence, right? So, coming back to what I'm saying, you know, even for example, I can't do this without addressing this, right? The way their mother dresses, and not even the way she dresses, and the way she opens, sometimes she sits and she opens her leg like this. Sometimes she's showing all of those things. But a child may grow up and be embarrassed by it. We don't know. So if the children grow up and they are embarrassed by the way their mother dresses, some people say that's how they dress in America. I've watched several of her videos and you see her on the street. I have never seen anybody dressed like her on the streets where she lives. She's a grown woman. She's free to do what she likes. I'm not a fan of the way she dresses, but she is free to dress the way she likes. But I'm just saying that her children may grow up and be proud of her, or they may grow up and not be proud of her. They may be embarrassed by the way she dresses. Some of her content and the way she opens is enough for some men to put on their screen and enjoy themselves, if you know what I mean. So imagine their children in school and their classmates are seeing some of these things. Like I said, they may grow up and be proud that their mother is showing everything. Or they may grow up and be embarrassed by it. You don't know that, but unfortunately they don't get to choose. And then they can decide if they want to be recognized as the children of this woman. recognized about the children of this man that came out publicly to say that Havijeje is the name of a nightclub, and the mother whatever, they may grow up and not want people to know that, okay, that is our father and that's our mother. You know that man that was crying on Facebook, that is their father. They may not want to. But if their lives are private, they can maintain that and they will not suffer the bullying that may happen. But unfortunately, they don't get to pick or choose because their parents have already put them out there. That yes, I am the man who that came on social media and said all of this about my wife. And these are the children that I have. Yes, I am the woman that dresses the way that I like to dress. These are my children. So it is already something that they have no say. And I think this should be allowed. If truly is this amazing father they are saying he is, amazing father should have enough in him to prioritize the well-being of their children. You can end up saving them millions if you truly do it. And then they grow up and have a miserable life where the money is there, but their mental health is damaged because of the bullying that may happen, the humiliation that may happen, that some of the problems they may suffer, the millions he's claiming to leave for them in the account, will not be able to solve it. Like I said, if money was everything, why do the rich also cry? So this video, I think, is gotten longer than I planned to make it, but there's so much I wanted to say. I personally believe that they should keep their children out of the mess. Let them grow up and make the choice whether they want to be part of this or not. Because the damage that this may cause later, like I said, money may not be able to solve it. This is my opinion about it. And I say it again, I'm not saying something that I haven't done. I personally have kept my children out of social media. If they ever want to create a platform, let it be a choice they make. My parents didn't make the choice to put me out. I brought myself out. If they really love and value their children, I think, especially because of the way their own publicity is toxic, especially for that reason, they should love their children enough to respect their privacy and respect the fact that they're too young to be able to consent. Oh, something else I want to say. When you see some of the videos of them in public, they have to be careful about posting other people's children. You're going to a park, or you're going to whatever place, and people's children are there. Don't post other people's children, because some parents do not post their children at all on social media, and you go and post them. If a parent can sue, if they find their child on your platform, they can sue because they didn't sign up for it. That's another area I want to address, because I've seen a lot of that happening, and they are doing videos and other people's children are there. You may want to put your children out there, but there are some parents that do not want their children out there. So basically, this is my opinion about it anyways, and whatever your opinions are, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And with that, I'm going to say thank you for watching. Until the next time, guys. Bye-bye. Bye.